Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe, and welcome back to the Inside Wawa Phillies podcast. Um, Hope you're all doing well. Phillies won a game this series. They did it. They did the impossible. They won a game even though they still lost the series to the Atlanta Braves at Truist Park, 2-1. Here to talk all about it, we have the co-host Jeremy. How are you doing today, Jeremy?
Oh man, it's I don't know if I'm happy this week ended or just would have been funny to keep it going.
Yeah, we were one game away from taking a 12-game losing streak home to Citizens Bank Park on Tuesday night, which truly would have been something. Um, so I think we have a lot to talk about as we get on this podcast, but let's kind of start by going on one for one through these games, starting with the game on Friday night, the Apple TV game. Um, I think a lot of people were questioning Rob Thompson after this game, and probably rightfully so, right? This was the game where Andrew Painter stayed in the game a little bit too long, facing Harris, facing Acuna, and he allowed the backbreaking hit that kind of allowed the Braves to take home the win. What did you think about Painter and about the Phillies on Friday?
Yeah, no, I forget what crazy s- sample size. I mean, it's like only like two starts, but yeah, Harris is like 3 for 3 with all like base hits against Painter. Uh, so yeah, that was obviously dumb. Considering like you can't, our offense is nothing. So the moment he got into trouble, they needed to take him out, especially since it was past five. So like, it wasn't like in the fourth inning.
Yeah.
So
According to Matt Gelb from The Athletic, friend of the podcast, um, there was some kind of miscommunication, and Painter was not meant to be in the game for as long as he was. But there was somehow some kind of communication breakdown with Rob Thompson that allowed Painter to stay in the game, and I think that that is a big indictment on Rob Thompson. I'm not a huge Thompson hater, but this was a very bad series and an especially bad game for him.
yeah, yeah, no, like this is not all on Thompson, but I feel everything has been a build. All the cracks we've seen through the years have just led up to the point where his flaws cannot be hidden now because of the talent.
Sure. No, I think
Yeah,
that's a great point. I mean, you look at this lineup, right? And like, it really is jarring as soon as you get like the first few hitters over with. There's just no production.
no, yeah, it is not Thompson's fault that Stott and Bohm cannot hit anything. Like they
Yep.
were hitters when he was like they were. Yeah, that's not these people didn't forget to hit just because Thompson's the manager again. Like I want to get that out there. Thompson's not the problem with the offense.
No, the problems go much deeper. Um, and I don't know. I mean,
But yeah,
the other
I mean, my
thing
biggest thing is Balkis always has to come in and get raised. I just don't freaking understand.
I mean, I guess to his credit, he has been okay, right? Like he had a scoreless inning on Friday, scoreless inning on Saturday.
No,
Um,
he didn't. Did he?
well,
Oh,
the
he had
run,
technically scoreless because of the
yeah,
Manfred runner. Yeah,
yeah, because the zombie runner.
but yeah,
Um,
give up 2 hits though.
yeah, not great, but um, interesting note, Backus since the start of April has a sub 3 ERA. So I don't know. I'm not a huge Backus hater. He has like a funky delivery. It's fun to see, like
Yeah,
Rogers
yeah. No, I
esque.
mean last 7 games, 7 and 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, 8 strikeouts. So I'm just, I mean, his control has been awful somehow with no walk. So I guess it's just funky, and I'm just worried it's gonna when it's gonna blow up, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah. We kind of saw that on an opening day, right? Like when it went
Yeah,
wrong for Backus, it kind of went very, very wrong. Um, Overall, I don't know. The bullpen in this series was a little bit all over the place. I'd say like the number one concern at this point is Banks, who has a 7.20 ERA now for the year, and he looks like he just doesn't have it anymore.
yeah, yep.
Um, Aside from that, though, the bullpen for the most part was not a big problem. Kirkering was fine. Alvarado simultaneously pretty fine. Shugart has been pretty good. He's been pretty impressive so far. pitching to a 1.17 ERA on the year. Um, and then the guys that make up this bullpen, the back half of it, it is what it is. Especially considering the Phillies are missing Duran right now, along with Bolin and Pop for whatever that's worth. Um, the bullpen kind of remains the one part of this team that I am not overly concerned about.
Yeah. No, no, the bullpen's freaking problems are because they're overworked.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the starters are not giving them length in the slightest bit, so the
Yeah, and
bullpen's just getting killed.
the starters are giving him no length. The defense has been very hit and miss, and so when you have to be perfect, people, they're yeah. So
Right.
all that extra
Right.
pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get to the game that the Phillies won on Saturday. It's been a long time since we talked about a Phillies win, but I don't know if this was the most enjoyable watch, even though it was a win. Zach Wheeler made his return. He looked pretty good. Not perfect. 3 walks, 3 hits over 5 innings. But he did have 6 strikeouts, and I think for the most part, fastball life was good. Pretty much consistently throwing above 95. Um, I think we will take that start from Zach Wheeler. It's much better
Oh
than I
yeah.
think most people were expecting.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, just like the velocity was like 90 the last few starts, but just the weather was awful. So I think we could agree that his velocity actually is a lot better than we expected. It could be amped. We'll see how it continues.
It could be it, but at
But
the same time, you could be less amped to be pitching like in Somerset, New Jersey, against the Somerset Patriots. Like if you're not going to get up for that like you would a major league game, I would think.
no, no, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but the offense against the Elder is pathetic. He wasn't throwing strikes at all, and they were, of course, swinging on him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Elder's like a decent pitcher. It's kind of surprising to me he only struck out 2 over those 7 innings.
Yeah,
But
that was
like, there's been random games where like the Phillies offense has actually not been striking out a ton. It's more so like they're making contact out of the zone and hitting balls
yeah,
poorly. I think you see that with Bohm and Stott, of course.
yeah,
You see that a lot with Crawford as well.
yeah. The offense has shown more signs of life lately, but it's still not great. They're still terrible with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I think the crazy thing with Saturday's game was just how it was being managed like it was, game 7 of the World Series almost. You saw wraparound work from Kirkring, Alvarado, and Keller, which feels absurd for a game in April. And they won. Rob Thompson pulled the right levers for the game. Good for him, good for the Phillies, but it's just like a little embarrassing that we have to do all, all of that, like go
Just to
completely
get,
try hard to the point that we're sacrificing the entire bullpen for Sunday just to give ourselves a chance to win an extra innings on Saturday.
yep, yeah, yeah,
There were 2 pinch runners on Saturday's game. We saw Dylan Moore pinch run and we saw Garrett Stubbs pinch run. It's crazy.
yeah.
But I guess you use the guys on the bench that you have in front of you. But good for the Phillies. They got a win, even though at points it looked like they really were not going to. But we'll take it. On to Sunday's game. I feel like there's not a ton to talk about with the game today. Aaron Nola was not sharp at all, especially in the first couple innings where he kind of got lit up to 6 runs. He ended up going almost 5 innings, but still, allowed a lot of hits, a lot of walks, a lot of runs over his 4 2/3 innings of work. And the offense was, for the most part, pathetic, with them only getting 2 hits on the day and Harper on getting 0 hits.
Yeah. Yep. Ugh.
It felt
Yeah, I
like
mean,
to
it's just
me,
I mean, 2 hits, one of them with a home run in the 8th to make it 6-2. So, like,
right?
and, like,
It
Schwarber's
felt
just back to, like, 2022 Schwarber where to no average.
well that was always the concern, right? Like I guess he's not a bad player, right? Like you take Kyle Schwarber in this
Yeah.
form, but I think when you sign into that contract,
You're
you're
hoping
hoping
he'll
to get
continue from 2024 at least 248. Yeah.
sure. I mean, yeah, you see his batting average heading today was 192, so it is a few points worse than his batting average in 2023, where he famously had a season where he hit under 200, but still received MVP votes. Even though if you go by WAR, that was a very poor year for him.
Yeah. But 817 OPS. I mean, when he made contact.
It goes far.
Yep.
um, but I guess here we got to just talk about the big thing that everybody's talking about, and let's start with the Red Sox and Alex Cora, who has been the manager of the Red Sox for a long time. Obviously, the situation in Boston is a little bit of a disaster all across the board. But Alex Cora was relieved of his duties along with plenty of other coaching staff members of the Red Sox. And pretty instantly, a lot of people, including Bob Nightingale, made the connection between Dame Dombrowski and Cora, who obviously they had a relationship before. Dombrowski hired Cora in Boston in the first place. And this might apply more pressure on Rob Thompson's job. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the Red Sox do the thing that the Phillies need to do. I mean, small thing I keep reading is just like Cora is just a prick. Even just his past things from when he was like with the Astro staff.
Right. I've heard the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, people just uh and it's like kind of like a Girardi type manager where you like bizarre playing with the young guys, like using them even though he didn't have like the people basically saying besides 2018 they won, but outside of that they've just underperformed considering what the talent they've had.
I mean, it sounds like, most people tend to put more blame on, Breslow and the way that the Red Sox have been managed from a baseball operations as well as an ownership perspective more than Cora. Um, but Cora does have personal baggage. I know there's been a lot of stuff coming about his, potential alcoholism. And I don't know. Is he a better baseball manager than Rob Thompson?
I don't
Honestly,
think so.
I was gonna say he probably is. Um,
Yeah,
but
no, he's. I mean, Thompson's had way better years, and that's with I feel like way less talent than the Red Sox have had. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's tough to say. Like, what talent have the Red Sox really had? Because they trade their talent away. They traded
I
away
know, but like, still in 2024 they finished 500. They had uh, you had Duran the 9 WAR, Abreu with 3.6, Devers had 4 WAR,
Devers is
and
gone now.
just
Obviously, having a
I
terrible
know
year in
now.
San
Yeah,
Francisco.
yeah, it's just hilarious. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I just feel with the talent given the team underperformed. I don't know. They always
Yeah,
had like everyone. Could be this the way the team Red Sox are always hyped up of going to be good because they're the Red Sox, and then sucking.
yeah.
So
I think he might be better than Thompson for on the field reasons, just because I think he's more like on top of things and more like adept with analytics. But with that being said, I'm kind of anti Phillies hiring him just because of the personal baggage. It's not really something I'm
oh
interested
yeah,
in adding to the team. But I do think that the link with Dombrowski is a real link. And I think that, number one, the Red Sox jumping on getting rid of their manager in April, it provides some cover for the Phillies to be able to move on from Thompson and kind of maybe
yes,
get
yeah,
a
yeah. I
less.
mean, this happens in every sport. If someone gets like fired, decent like everyone seems to follow. It's not unheard of to like once one team is like just has the guts to do something, the other team's like, oh, okay, now we can too, and not be like be the big reactionary.
Right. Exactly. And I do think that there would be interest between at least the Phillies to getting Cora. Maybe there'd be interest from Cora's side as
Well, I
well.
mean, yeah, I mean, just the history of Dombrowski, like besides Garcia this year. I feel like every 1-year deals has been someone he's had.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of them have been. I don't know about all of them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
not all of them, but yeah. But like Familia, well, no, Familia wasn't. Yeah.
Here's the next question for you. Do you think that there's a real chance that the Phillies move on from Rob Thompson on Monday?
Uh, I hope so.
If you had
I
to
mean,
give a percent to it, what do you think would be? What would be like the pros and cons of getting rid of Thompson?
the pros just try to do something to save the season. The cons are it changes, nothing changes.
Yeah,
And
I
just like
mean,
what was like
if nothing changes, is that really a con?
fair, fair.
Because like I'm not convinced that anything's gonna change as it is right now. Like things are in a bad place. I feel like people are feeling much less negative than they did after the Cubs sweep, but the Phillies did just dig a bigger hole for themselves this weekend by only winning 1 out of
I
3.
know, I know. Was it's just like the whole because they extended him in December. I know just because they don't want to make him no one likes to do lame duck managers for some stupid reason. So they always
Yeah.
have like managers always have not always. They usually will have an extra year on the contract no matter what.
Yeah, it's like the same thing with college coaches, for, like, recruiting purposes and all of that kind of fun stuff. But I just don't
Yes.
know how the organization can keep things the same. I think the Phillies are in a very, very bad place. They're sitting at 9-19, 10.5 games back of the Braves for the division. Um, but they have a chance with the schedule that they have coming up. They really have a chance to turn things around quickly, right? They play the Giants, a bad team. They play the Marlins, who have been okay to start the year, but are not anything special. They played the A's, who are actually decent right now. They're in first place in the AL West, but I don't think anybody is terrified by the A's. They go play the Rockies, who, yes, they just swept the Mets, but they're still the Rockies. And then they play the Red Sox, who just fired their manager. Like there is a real gap in these next 5 series where if things are going to turn around, they're going to be turning around now. And I know we've talked about
Yeah.
that on this podcast before, but I think that you have to do what you can to save the season. You have to maximize the chances that you're going to capitalize on this, next couple weeks of games. And I don't think that keeping the same thing going into these 2 weeks as you have this season so far is the way to do that.
I know, but clearly they spent the whole year saying, "Oh, we're not running it back." Blah 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 blah. Uh, Run it back just because the bullpen changes. Ooh.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, like the 25% of our roster changed, which is like 5 relief pitchers. Congrats, but like, yeah, 2 bench players, and like 4 relief pitchers changed. Nah, but no, the problem is the offense. So that's what everyone meant by running it back.
Well,
Uh,
and the starting pitching.
but
The starting pitching is also poor. Starting pitching might be a
yeah,
bigger problem.
yeah, but I mean, no one of all the things we did not see the starting pitching sucking like this.
Right. Agreed.
So that was not no one. None of us were upset with the rotation heading into the year. No one was. I don't care what anyone says. Besides Tyler Walker, but we're like, okay, we all knew he would if he was gonna suck, he would be gone by Walker. But Wheeler, I mean,
I think there were concerns about the depth in the starting pitching, which
yes.
maybe we're seeing, the fruition of that right now. And I also thought that there were guys that we felt good about, but like we were not certain what we were going to get from Aaron Nola this year. He's been mostly bad.
Yeah.
We weren't sure what we were going to get from Andrew Painter, and he's been okay. He's probably
Mediocre.
been like a solid fifth starter, right? Like he's doing his
Yeah.
job. Wheeler was a question mark. We'll see how that pans out. Early returns are good. But I think that like the consensus of this being a good rotation with a lot of question marks has now kind of been downgraded to this being like a shaky to okay rotation with question marks that kind of give it like, a fat left and right tail still.
Yeah, and some really weird bad luck and crap in some games.
Yeah. No, especially with like Luzardo and Sanchez. Like these
Yeah.
guys have
Yeah,
fits that
I
are
know, I know. Yeah. Yeah, Luzardo's FIP is like over 3 runs lower. His savant page is like, yeah, Luzardo's annoying, but like I'm not worried about Luzardo. Like Luzardo's walks per night is still just 3. It's
Right.
insane. Like it's just insane. Luzardo has got an insanely bad luck. Like we can all agree on that. And even the
Agreed.
games when he's been wild, he's been like just missing like last game. So
The eye
yeah,
test to
Luzardo's just
me is having like the starting pitching is somewhere between how they've really been doing and what like their FIP and like expected stats look
yeah,
like. I don't think they've been as good as the expected stats say that they've been, but I
no,
also don't
but
think
they
they've
no, but
been as bad as the results say they've been.
besides Taiwan Walker,
Sure, of course.
I just forget. But yeah, that's
The other big change that
it's
I
just
think,
insane. We have so many pitchers with over 10 hits per nine. Like it's insane.
yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I mean, the BABIP that the Phillies have allowed is, I think, at least like 30 points higher than any other team in the league, which,
Yeah, so, I mean,
yes, the
could this be
defense
the
is
most?
bad, but it's not sustainable to keep it that, much worse than every
No,
other
no,
team.
no. The defense has not been great, but it's not. That's not. It doesn't explain everything.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
like even like let me go to there. Yeah, like similar hits per nine for the entire Rockies pitching staff, and their fifth were constantly like 5 plus. Like,
Right. Yeah.
so we can all agree the team shouldn't be 43 wins bad. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah,
they're better than that. The other thing that people are talking about a lot is Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm obviously struggled a lot over this weekend. He went 1 for 12, finding a way to lower his batting average even more, which now sits at 143 on the season and a 412 OPS. Um, it's not where you want to be in the slightest. And I think there's some talk that maybe he's gonna take some real time on the bench in this upcoming week, and you can give run to, you know, Sosa or whoever else. Or maybe there's even some people that have talked about just DFAing Bohm and moving on now and cutting your losses. What do you make of both of those options?
yeah. Get the dead weight. Some cost fallacy is just there's a reason why when all these people are like, oh, why are they keeping so like these guys in but when like a new DM comes in, everyone's surprisingly buying release them then. It's just some cost fallacy.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's tough for me to say. I mean, obviously, I think people know that I am quite negative on Alec Boehm, and I have been for really the vast majority of his time on the Phillies. There's plenty of reasons for that. Um, I don't know if I would DFA him. Would it give me like relief? Would it make it seem like things are maybe changing? Yes, but I think you just got to find a way to like phantom IL him right now. Obviously, he's dealing with a
Yeah,
mess of
no, no,
stuff.
yeah, no, yeah. They got to put a restrict, even just I don't know, like some kind of like restricted list, and still pay him. I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to find some way to, I think, give him a little break before you completely cut ties. But with that being said, he's not helping the team with how he's playing right now, and I
I mean,
am
you can. Yeah, it's been an increasing trend to put players on the IL with like anxiety. So like, why? That's a perfectly good reason.
sure. No, that's totally right. Um,
Yeah, he's meant whatever is the reason is even if it's not the family, he is clearly not mentally able to play baseball right now.
yeah, yeah. What's his BABIP on the year? Take a guess at Alec Boehm's BABIP.
Two hundred. I mean, what's his batting average?
His batting average is I think like 150, 143.
So I'm gonna say 160.
You are really not far off at all. His BABIP is 163.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like he doesn't strike out, so he's
Right.
constantly making contact and not getting hits. So
Yeah. You go over to his Savant page. He has above average whiff rates, K rates, doesn't chase
Yeah,
all that
'cause yeah,
much, but his barrel
he's
percentage is
lit.
fifth percentile. So
Yeah, 1.3%. Wow. But he squares up 91%. That is so yeah, his swing is terrible.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
how do you I don't understand that you square it up, but you can't barrel it. It's so weird.
And you saw more reporting come out, Matt Hill from The Athletic, that he has not been receptive to Philly's coaching staff, who have tried to kind of change his mindset to attack more when he's in the advantageous counts that he's finding himself in at times.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah, no.
home is
Like, I forgot what it was. I don't like I can't speak of any game. Like, it was like a up 2-0, and he just but the next pitch was a strike, but it wasn't a good strike, but, "Oh, it's in the zone. I have to hit it."
yeah, yeah,
It's like the mentality of, like, "Oh, I can hit it, so I should," like, yeah, I mean, classic case of he was always the best growing up, always able to make contact, and then he can't adjust to major league. He just hasn't been able to adjust properly to the Major League Baseball, where it's just like, yo, you can't just go up there and be like, I'm gonna hit.
right, yeah.
He's not the first. He won't be the last. It is insane how bad he's doing this year compared to what he's done in the past. But like, I mean, after it was up, it was it was after 24 when he was like, I'm still gonna swing the first. Like, he was not. Yeah, he is not receptive at all.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like he knows he can hit the ball, but he doesn't stop to think if he should hit the ball. It's kind of like the
yeah,
way it
yeah.
goes.
He has to prove that he can hit everything. I just don't understand why.
Right, right. Um, what are your percents? Like, if I'll give you percents for me, I think the chance that Rob Thompson gets fired, you know, tomorrow or like before Tuesday's game are about 5%. I think there's a chance, but I don't think it's that likely. I think the Bohm odds are slightly higher, maybe like 12.5%, of there
Like,
being
who's
some
gonna
kind
play?
of
I don't like. I mean, we go through this every year. Everyone's like, "Oh, play Sosa, play Sosa." But the more Sosa plays, the more he gets exposed, and the more he sucks.
yeah, yeah. Um, the Phillies are also going into a string of games against righties, so you'd be playing Sosa or Kemp if you call Kemp up, which you probably would do if you're, putting Bohm on the IL or whatever. I don't know, but Bohm's also not great against righties. It's not his strong side of the platoon either.
No, no.
So
Okay, wait. Okay, I've just. All right, Luis. Okay, this is gonna be really fun. Luis Rise is batting 324 right now. He's a WAR of 1. What's his barrel percentage?
it's got to be crazy low, like I don't know, 2% or something.
0.
0%. Okay, so he has 0 barrels on the year.
And but he's able to pick and make he's able to pick when to make contact.
Yeah, that's interesting. But give your percentages, of the percent that there's some kind of Bohm transaction, and the percent that Thompson gets relieved of his duties before
I
Tuesday's
mean,
game.
does putting Bohm on the Phantom IL count as a transaction?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Like any
Oh,
kind of.
yeah, that okay, yeah. Then yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like maybe a 15% chance for Bohm. Yeah, Thompson. If they get swept again, then Thompson I will hire. But I don't think they want to admit to fire. Like, I'm sure players are saying, "Do not fire him." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
I mean
somewhere.
after
I
this,
know, I mean, we always did, but like I don't know. There's always the two things are fine, then the Gelb article comes out and turns out maybe everyone hates Thompson.
sure. I mean the next off day after this isn't until May 11th, so they have a couple weeks of games. So I mean, you could wait until then, but I just want to capitalize on these games. Like these are not good teams that they're playing, and I just think they have to change something up if they want to put themselves in the best position to win those games.
Yeah,
But
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
ticket prices have been going way down. You can get a ticket for Wednesday's game for $17 now. It was like double that when you looked like a week ago, 10 days ago. So more affordable to go to Phillies games. There you go. Um, but the other guy that I'm really concerned about on offense is Justin Crawford. Justin Crawford was 1 for 9 in this series. He is kind of looking lost at the plate. His batting average is now 244. Over the last week, he's hitting 174. And I think you look at his Savant page, and it is quite blue, including his defense, where he has been working -2 outs above average. And looks like a guy that's just not ready for the major leagues, I think.
Uh, I mean, I don't know. Many people early, and I mean, I don't know. I'm conspiratorial, so like he's stuck in with Long.
I
So
guess
who
we
knows
can see
what?
what changes.
Yeah, if Long gets fired and he starts hitting well, I think that might be the biggest litmus test if Long gets fired.
Yeah, I could see that. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, especially I'm going to see how Stott and Crawford do if Long gets fired before I really hold any judgment on Long's effect on this team. Even though I do, in my heart, want to blame him because his name is the hitting coach, and the team isn't hitting at all, and it's really just gotten worse and worse.
Yeah. And I don't know what you can do with Crawford. Like, I don't think he's going to get better by just throwing him in AAA and seeing what happens, right? Like,
He may
if,
just have a bad rookie year. Really,
yeah. But the Phillies need to let him sink or swim, right? Like, he has to play
yeah,
center
no,
field
no,
if he wants to be valuable,
yeah,
and he has to get more balls in the
yeah,
air.
yes. I mean, his offense, like this was a high plus of the offense, but the team around him wasn't supposed to be this bad. So he's getting like more light on him, like, oh, he's bad, blah blah blah.
And if the Phillies are bad, then you're just giving him more slack, right? Like, the pressure kind of turns off, and that might be better for his development. But with that being said,
Yeah.
I want to hear people stop saying him to be like the, leadoff hitter or something crazy like that. Like, he should be as low in the lineup as possible.
Hmm.
But with having Marshawn and Stubbs in the lineup every day, now you are hitting him at least eighth in every single game. He's moving up. But I don't know. If you want to be optimistic, there are a couple things to be optimistic about. The Phillies are going into a stretch where they are going against quite a few right-handed pitchers in a row. They coming up in this giant series. They have Tyler Mahle, they have Logan Webb, they have Adrian Hauser, so 3 righties there. And then the projected starters looking out past that. You have Yuri Perez of the Marlins. He's another right-handed starter. After that, you have Max Meyer. He is another right-handed pitcher. After that, you have Chris Paddock. He is another right-handed pitcher. And then after that, you have Jansen Junk, who is another right-handed pitcher. And I can go on and on. But the Phillies are not facing a lefty for a long time, and this is something that they need to take advantage of because they suck against lefties.
Yep.
Uh, for those curious, the next lefty that's scheduled to face the Phillies is Jeffrey Springs of the A's on May 7th. Um, so it's a long time.
Yeah.
But with that being said, let's kind of turn our focus to this giant series because I think that
I mean,
if you're going to go,
there's also some positive news. Adolis Garcia has been doing better. He's OPS over 700.
yeah, I mean, I think more or less he's been what we've expected, right? Like, the floor is good because of his defense. The bat's a little back and forth, but overall, it's been more tolerable than intolerable.
Yeah.
But anything else positive about this series before we move on to this upcoming series against the Giants?
Uh, no, no, there's nothing positive.
Yeah, we I think are doing the best we can to stay grounded in this tough time for the Phillies. But like I
I
said,
know,
the
but
Giants.
I know, but we had plans to make it a horse subreddit if we reach 20 games. Do we what's the criteria for that now? Like if they don't have a series win by the 15th.
Yeah, I'd say if it's by the time that you get to the Pirates series and they still haven't won a series, that would be the time
Going
to do it again.
horses. Gotcha.
But I don't know. I'm gonna say something. I think they're winning the series against the Giants. I think they're winning the series against the Giants. It's actually part of why I wanted to do the Wawa thing on the subreddit now, is because I did want it to last forever, and I thought that this Giant series was as winnable as a series would get. Um, so let's kind of get into these pitching matchups. No righties, as I mentioned earlier. Tuesday night, you have Jesus Luzardo going against Tyler Mahle. Wednesday night, you have Chris Sanchez against Logan Webb. So it should be a decent pitching matchup there. And then Thursday, you have Adrian Hauser on the Giants going against Andrew Painter. Um, if the Phillies are a serious team this year, they're winning this series. If there's any chance of them fixing things, right?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, no, they have to win every series in May to fix this.
Yeah. Or maybe not every series, but you got to get like, fair share of sweeps in there. Like you have to claw yourself back to somewhere around 500 by the end of this month.
Because you forget that with the wild card and everything, they're if they've had bad months like this in like the summer, and so
Right.
you got to like keep that in perspective. If they can right the ship now, the wild card is very much a play.
Yeah, yeah. And it feels so much
And I
worse
will and
when
it'll say what is it? The advanced the sabermetrics on the Braves pitchers are not as kind to the Rays show. So
but to your point with like the wild card win total, so the third wild card win total in all of the years of like having it, in 2022 in the National League, it was 87 wins to get that last wild card spot, 23 84, 24 89, and 25 83. So you're probably averaging somewhere around like 85, 86 wins on average gets you that third wild card spot.
yeah.
Can they do it? I don't know. So I think that they should win this series against the Giants. I can't sit here and tell you honestly that I think they're going to. I think it's like close to a 50-50. I think either they win one out of three or they win two out of three, but I don't think this is a sweep in either direction. What do you think, Jeremy?
Uh, until they prove otherwise, I'm assuming we're losing the series. Until show otherwise,
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame you
yeah,
for
yeah.
that.
I could be optimistic, but just you know, like want to be a realist.
I mean,
And
tomorrow is
I
the good. Not tomorrow. Tuesday is a good chance. Like Luzardo Mahle should be a pitching matchup that really quite favors the Phillies. So if they lose that, then I think we can go back to complete doom. If we're still
yeah,
mostly
Bailey
dooming.
has been complete garbage, and yeah, another positive thing is as much as we've sucked in SF, they've sucked in Philly.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
So that.
and it's just for all the East Coast listeners out there. Every time I listen to everyone, they always say San Fran. No one calls it San Fran in California. It's SF. Please.
It, it is true. I actually despise San Fran. Another one is Cali. Nobody in California
Yeah,
calls it Cali.
yeah, I know, but I just hear everyone on the Philly so like, oh, it's not even the Philly like Philly's podcast. I just uh, yeah, everyone that says San Fran, I'm like, where do you get this from?
It's so strange. It's so strange.
It's SF.
Hey, you're from the Bay, so you would know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, as an authoritarian, I have legal right on this. It's SF.
So, what's your take on like that like famous bread? Right, there's like the famous kind of bread that's in
Oh,
San Francisco.
the bread bowl.
Yeah. Some kind of
Yeah, I
sourdough
mean,
thing, right?
yeah. No, but it's soup, but instead of like a metal bowl, the bowl is bread.
It's a good idea. It's a good
It
idea. Panera's
Yeah,
taken
it's
it, and I've
delicious.
had it a couple times at Panera.
Yeah, I mean, Panera's garbage though. Yeah, but it's good. But like, I mean, once you look into what happens if you your health if you eat the bowl, you kind of stop ordering them
Yeah.
unless you're working out constantly.
I mean, you do gotta love bread.
So
I pretty much have a little roll with my lunch. I have a
yeah,
salad almost every day for lunch. I pretty much have a roll every single day with my
yeah, I
salad for
recommend
lunch.
everyone try it. Try it once; they're delicious. But I would not make a habit of eating bread bowls as soup for your long term health. They are delicious. They are delicious, but with the cost.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we will be back after this series, or maybe sooner. You know, if there is some kind of major news tomorrow, we'll have a short emergency podcast about the news. But if there's nothing before then, we'll be back on Thursday night to recap the series against the Giants and then look forward to the 4 game set against the Marlins after that. So, anything else you have for us, Jeremy?
Uh, Pray for uh, Miller's back to heal.
Yep. I don't think he's been swinging, right? Like he's not quite
No,
at the.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great. But it's a positive note to end on. So thank you, good Jeremy, for joining. Thank you everybody for listening and sticking with us through this turbulent first month for the Phillies. Uh, Pretty crazy to believe that.
We'll be laughing out this in November with the trophy. Yeah, I'll be good. See, there's the
Uh,
positivity.
there you go. Season started a month ago today. Crazy how things change in a month. Um, but yeah, thank you, Jeremy. Thank you everybody for listening, and we'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow. But if not, we'll talk to you later on in the week.
Bye.